here to tell us that the two gentlemen have failed to reconcile.
Yes. They have not reconciled.
What caution did you give to the Honorable Nandala family in your report? And two, who appointed your committee to investigate these people?
No, that one I'm not going to answer. I started with it.
Okay,
The first one, yes. We should be
The
listening.
caution to the four gentlemen, Amriat, Besigye, Ekanya, and Nandala, was if you do not reconcile, you are going to tear the party. You are going to tear it up. That's why we said, let us agree before this report is released. And that caution has come true.
Thank you, Doctor. In your communication, you did say that Nandala, SK Nandala, was allowed to borrow some money to run party activities in elections. And you did say that he ended did some statements. But one would ask him or herself, why was that not captured in your report? And then how much was borrowed and from which bank? Thank you. Then the last question is, your report was recommending for reconciliation. Just few days after your presentation of your report, we are seeing some of the party leaders being suspended from the positions they hold. Do you think in one way or the other, one of the sides has also not respected the recommendations of your report? And as an elder, what do you advise? Thank you.
First, in our investigations, I said some bank statements were tendered from Stanbic Bank. I may have not said Stanbic Bank at Chambo. 500 million withdrawn. I have already said. Now, Nandala Mafabi also told us that he has many bank accounts. It's not like me. Me, I operate dormant accounts. He said he has an audit firm. It is there. An international audit firm. He gets money. He worked for World Bank. He's also the chairman of Bugisu Growers Cooperative Union. And as a chairman, he has a lot of say. He has personal businesses. But we were not interested in his personal businesses. Our interest was, did he borrow money and give it to the party? And the answer is yes, he did. Did anybody, has this money been paid? The answer is no. The 300 million. Besigye's shop has not paid back 670. What we have here is that on 14th January, the chief of the administrator got 120 million. On this, in the morning, in the afternoon, 80 million. Then on 15th, 73,600. And then Uganda shillings, I think 23,730. So the unpaid balance on the 300 million from Besigye's shop is 670,000.
Just a quick one, Doctor. Did you interest yourselves in asking SK Nandala why this money was not banked on the party account rather than giving it to Dr. Kizabesi?
Yes, he explained.
And what could be the reason? What could be that reason?
The
And
reason-
because the party review, but it has been
The reason, even Besigye has said it
Yeah.
in his, you read the monitor today. The information that Nandala gave him. Yes,
There is one
Where?
question yet answered
which is,
about the ongoing saga, some leaders being sacked due to representative.
I do not know who has been sacked. That information I don't have. But if it is true, there must be reasons why, and whether the person who has sacked them has the powers in the FDC constitution. It is here. So people should look for this. And that's why we have recommended that this document should be reviewed and remove powers, some of the powers, particularly in the management of finances, to make sure that you have transparency. Yes.
Yes, I'm Nelson Kiva from the New Vision. One of my concerns is about this statement, let me read it from you, that our type of engagement advised us not to engage in games of witch hunt before you started this, before you started your investigations. What informed this decision of yours? There's another issue is about the issue of money. When Besigye was talking the other time at his press conference, he talked about bringing some money in dollars. But in your report, we don't hear this coming out, that this money devalued because it was returned in dollars. Did you find out? Then when you pinned him on the issue of coming out with the person who told him from State House, what did Besigye tell you particularly? Why did he decline to tell out this person?
Those questions are enough. But
Now, first,
So now-
money being changed into dollars and so on, Besigye did not speak about it, and we didn't record it. Secondly, he refused to disclose the name, and therefore made it possible. I mean, we wanted to interview that person, but having refused to do that, we couldn't do anything about it. What was the third question?
It was about witch hunt that you noted.
The legal advisor addressed the members about legal modalities that had to be observed throughout their meetings. He stressed that the committee was not a court, but could perform some quasi-tribunal functions. Next, he pointed out the expected outputs from their investigations. A, reconciling the two parties or conducting successful mediation between them, preferably including a mediation agreement and a report. B, in case it is not successful, there will only be a report to the committee detailing what transpired during the committee meetings, findings, and recommendations. So this is legal advice.
Maybe, sorry, Chairman, to interject. When Besigye was addressing, he talked about you particularly attending a meeting which was organized by the party secretary general and the president in Iganga, where you disclosed some details of the report, where you discussed the report before it was made public.
It was July 2nd. It was a Sunday. I have a home in Iganga. On 1st July, I think. No. I don't remember, but I think it was
or
thereabout. We went to bury Wafula's wife. I even saw Chagulanyi there, Amuriat, Nandala. The next day, which is a Sunday, I received a call that the president of the party and Secretary General were in Iganga town. They were addressing people on party structures. Being a FDC person, I decided to go to the meeting. And in that meeting, I talked about two things. One, that every district in Busoga should have a work plan, that you don't just release money when people have not written their work plans. And I mentioned the districts which had not given us their work plans. Two, I distributed a paper on Busoga's escalating poverty. By the way, I was questioned by Besigye about it, and I sent him the papers. For me, I do not go by hearsay. I usually write my documents. I sent him the papers. So what do you think is the crime that I committed on that day? I did not say anything about the report.
We summarize, and we have over asked. Okay, last one. I'm sorry.
I did not disclose anything about that, what we are doing. You see, you are questioning my integrity. And you are right to question my integrity. But I want you also to look at my track records. Whether I have been a thief, whether I have been in the police, whether I have been arrested.
So, that's right.
Doctor.